All right, just like we did with the eighth grade, I'm going to break down some of this film. These are going to be highlights of the games you did because I think players need to reflect and see how far they've come. When you're in a tournament with 82 teams, only one team leave home happy. So what I want you guys to see is how much you've grown, and you can't dictate your success based on just wins and losses. I mean, if you go and you play the Boston Celtics and you do nine new things that you used to do bad well, that's still something to celebrate. All right, but just because you lost to a team that's better than you, that's okay. So what I want to do is kind of break down some of the highlights so y'all can see through the lens that I see it through. So here's some quick videos. So right now, we used to struggle on this, but look at Caleb anticipating. That guy throws diagonal. That's where the 1-3-1 is vulnerable. He jumps in the lane, easily gets a steal. All right, I like this. This is the press break. Remember I said if you can get out the first trap, this is the first trap, usually you'll do decent against the defense. Now what happens when we throw it to Court, Court has the option to throw it here, but this guy don't rotate quick enough, so he shoots the gap. And when you're in the middle of the court, nobody can stop you. All right, we run our lanes, we space it, get a wide open three. All right, here's the same thing. And I want y'all to see the skill in some of this. So we throw the ball in, they get in a press and a trap quick, and immediately we create our triangles. Court's going to run behind the ball. This is our triangle. You got Court, you got Josh, and I think Landon just left. He probably should still be here, but nonetheless, because we hit middle, it should be a pass. Josh takes an unnecessary dribble, but nonetheless, we get a wide open layup because of it. Let's clean up that dribble. Let me rephrase that. Quit dribbling and not going anywhere. That's a bad habit. All right, so now I like this because this is a heady play. They've seen us run our sideline out of bounds. Since this guy's on this side of court, this is just a heady play. Quick, he rejects it and immediately gets to the goal and gets an easy floater, just outthinking the other team. The good players will take what the defense gives them. So let's look at this and let's look at the small things. What hand does Court throw this entry pass with? With his left hand. So now it gets to Jay. And because of that, remember we said it's tough to see ball in man when it goes short corner. So instead of when Court's man looks at him for a moment and traps, Court relocates back, gets an easy three. All right, and I like this play because at no point is Court at full speed. He's running with pace, slow, and then when he gets here, he says, I'm going to keep dribbling until somebody guards me. So we got a guy in the corner, so if he was to guard him, he'd throw it out for the easy three. But if I could get this guy to guard me, then I can get a layup. And that's what he does. He drives until that guy commits. So instead of having to shoot the three, he attacks so we can get an easy layup like this. Smart play, good pace. All right, and I like this play because Nick gets here. He does a low pickup and then kicks it out. Because he's in the paint, look how wide open shot he creates a guy. Marley for three. Marley got really cooking in this game. All right, so here's Minnesota. I like this because we got Nick, who normally isn't a screener, screening. All right, so learning multiple positions. Then y'all headhunt. So this guy got to go beneath the screen. Marley, I'd like for you to hide right here instead of coming all the way out. All right, you came a little too far. Nonetheless, you get a shot, but start reading where your defender is. But really good set there. All right, another good play here. Court makes a guy commit to him, so now Landon's playing against a closeout. And as soon as he does, he attacks, gets all the way in the lane for a nice left-handed finish. Another guy. All right, here's another thing I want to recognize, and I'll be saying this throughout the video. Take what the defense gives you. We ran this offense a couple of times, so now this guy's fighting over the screen. I don't need you to do 7 dribble combinations. Just read the defense. He jumps it, reject, quick kick out to Marley. He's hit 3 or 4 threes already. There's another one. So just simple moves. And then Marley comes in, gets a steal, and then gets a foul. All right, good heady play right there by Marley, back to back. All right, I'm going to say this quote again. Once you understand the importance of small things, you realize there's no such thing as small things. That seems like a small thing right there. But this is Court meeting the ball and running at it so the guy can't jump it. And because we saved that possession just by meeting it, we get to run Phoenix. We flash. I love the touch pass from Marley. That means you know where you're going with the ball before you catch it. Great play. All right, this has a few plays to recognize that are small things. All right, so right here, Caleb should kind of feel this guy might run through the ball, so he should step forward with his right foot so the guy has to run into him. So you take a risk not getting that pass. Now, Caleb has to save the ball, Landon should do the same thing and meet his pass, but he kind of waits on it as well. It's just he's not facing an aggressive defender. So now we go, and then Court meets the ball, and it gives him an advantage. This is called a ram catch. But this is what I want you to look at Josh. Watch how he relocates as Court drives. So now that the guy that's guarding Josh has to pick his poison. Do I stop Court or do I go with Josh? Both answers are wrong. Easy layup. All right, and this is an example of kind of what happens when you don't meet the ball. Landon here, he waits. He sees that's a soft pass. He could just meet it and save it, but he waits for it to come to him, and because of that, it ends up turning into a turnover, and we get a foul. So it's a little thing, but it's a big thing. All right, now this is a 22 defense. Landon recognized defense of where they want you to go. They want you to get in the sprint, but here's what you do good. After you sprint into the cover court, look at your pivot work. Most time, guys, your footwork keeps you from turning the ball over. So this is a good pass to get out of trouble. Now here's the rule. Josh, you can't get blocked because if you don't, look, one, two, three guys are trying to block your shot. And because they don't get it, Caleb's able to get a rebound and a putback. So that's a good rule of thumb. Hey, whatever I do, I can't get blocked. Because if I get multiple guys jumping at me, my teammates can get my rebound if I'm not able to find myself. This is a good play, but it's a bit of fool's gold. So Court does recognize they're in 22, so he doesn't take the bait and dribble up the sideline. He gets to the middle. But right about here, Court, you could throw it with your left hand over the top and lead Josh. And then you're going to have a 1, 2, 3-on-1 fast break. I think you dribble and you take a risk. That's a risk to me, a bounce pass when you could have easily thrown it over the top sooner and kept Josh on the move. Now, Josh, when you dribble, I think your over the top should be happening right now. You take one extra dribble, it ends well, and that's fine, but I'm trying to take y'all from being good to being great. And what it would take is y'all making all these decisions a split second sooner or a dribble sooner. All right, and to me, nonetheless, it's a highlight. Look at this. Look at the communication. Marley talking where guys should be at against the press. I love that. And then he ball fakes, gets the guys down court, easily throws the court. So now let's look at the triangles. We got Marley here, Josh there, and then we got Jay middle. That's a perfect triangle. This is something we would not, because this isn't a press break offense. This is y'all just knowing the laws of basketball. So now if you get trapped, it's pass and immediately pass. So let's rewind that and let's watch it in fast. That's how you break a press. It doesn't touch touch the ground at all. No dribbles. Perfect. All right. So y'all were breaking the press with Phoenix very easily. Let's just look at some stuff. We throw a skip pass. Everybody knows where a 2-3 is vulnerable. So we throw it short corner. We hit the dive guy. Easy money. Good execution. Like I said, I'm gonna just show a few of these. There's too many to count. We flash middle, high, low. All right. Good ball fake finish. And one of the reasons I'm showing this, and I don't think y'all ever thought about it, is this. Y'all see how easy y'all can execute against this style of defense very easily? What if you got so good skill-wise that you could attack man defenses and your instincts automatically knew where to go with the ball in man? Look how different and decisive your game would look. That's why I want you guys to attack training so your game can look like this situation and other situations. All right, and this is the last one. Trust me, I could do this all day with this. Y'all don't have a problem against 2 threes attacking it, but y'all had a ton more of these. We'll stop there. All right, so this is us against open. Landon, learn how to use the screen. Right now, you kind of just dribble. You should bump into that guy and come off it clean. So he blows it up so he stays attached so we don't get a switch. But this is all right. So look, when we get this, look how Josh meets the ball. That's great. Reverse pivot. And then over the top pass out of open. Really good pass by Charleston. Good finish, Josh. Nice. Same situation here. I think way to talk, Josh. Send Landon through. I think Josh has become a much better screener. Forces the switch. Another really easy layup with the and one. I'm putting this so we can watch the anticipation. This guy throws a lazy pass. This is why I always want y'all's knees bent because kids throw pointless passes all the time. And when they do, they need to turn into points. Good job. And Marley's was a 2-foot finish. So look, I like this because when guys play one-on-one against 1-3-1, we got middle defender and we got a bottom. Look how they wall up, make them score it over. And this is big because I see Josh knows court's up there already. So one dribble and it's gone. Once you get to the point where you could take no dribbles, Josh, like a Kevin Love or Jokic, I mean, that's going to be even better. You want to be a Swiss Army knife. You want to be quick decisions like you're a guard. You want to be able to shoot the ball, screen. I think you have it in you to do all those things. It's going to take work, but that's progress. That play shows it right there. All right, so here's another good play. Court's on the side, ready for a tap behind. Now look, I can pretty much see all five of their players. One, two, three, four, five. So Marley says no reason for me to stay under the basket. He comes up, doesn't even dribble, throws it ahead, gives Court an opportunity down the court. Another hezzy play, anticipating. More point five decisions. We didn't do much of that early. Now we're doing it a lot late. Hey, this happened multiple times. This got to be my favorite play from Landon. He basically doesn't get it to court, turns it over. He's underneath the basket. Watch this. Full sprint, runs through the pass, gets us a possession. There's nothing that can impress a coach more than making a mistake because they're inevitably going to happen and then sprint as fast as you can and making up for it. I shouldn't have stopped it, but we scored off of Landon's hustle too. Now watch Court. Court turns it over, sprints as hard as he can. I'm telling you, it became y'all's identity. And these are the things that people don't look at. So that hustle, instead of them getting 2 points, we get another 2 points. So it's really a 4 point swing. So it's contagious. We did this quite a bit in terms of hustle. Here's another one in play that guys don't want to always do or think about or think is value. So this shot is taken from here. Look at Landon. Dead sprint, blocks out, gets an over the back call, our possession. Those are the little big things. Hey, let's talk about guys making plays, saving possession. First, Jay saves the possession. Then Caleb makes this catch. This isn't a catch I'm used to Caleb making. But since he does and he saves the possession, look how quick of a play we get a bucket. All right. And there's times where I would tell y'all, hey guys, you got to figure out how to catch that. And it didn't make sense to you. Those are the types of plays I'm talking about. It shouldn't have to hit you in the chest for you to save it every time. All right, here we go again. Learning to save plays. That is a one-handed, left-handed catch, which is great. We throw the ball opposite. Now look at Jay making another play. Watch him block in. When you block in, like I said, the refs are bad. Sometimes it's a foul, but most times they're not going to call it. And because of that, we go to the line, we get 2 free throws, all because we're saving possessions and creating more possessions. I'm telling you guys, if you learn to do that stuff on purpose consistently, there's no coach that can sit you. All right, of course, we want to grow in transition. Jay, you got to get in front of him. That guy way over here is not a threat compared to the guy going to the rim, so take a charge. But this is what I'm talking about. We get the ball, we push it. Josh, you got to learn to make plays. That is a tough catch. Court misses it, but that's saving a possession. We get to shoot the ball at the rim. So let's clean some of that transition stuff up. When y'all play basketball, when we're in transition, because you're moving fast, y'all aren't used to making plays moving that fast. Court with the layup, Josh with the pass. Learn to play the game faster and still get the same result. All right, so I love to see good training come to work. You notice Court doesn't immediately dribble. So then the guy, when you get pressured, it's easier to go by guys. They have less reaction time. But look, he cuts them off instead of running away to the sideline. So being a physical dribbler that could dribble through contact. Now, because of that, he's too deep, looks off a guy, gets us a wide open layup. Those are skill things. You're only going to learn that by repping that stuff out on purpose. All right, and I'm going to put this because I didn't think we got nearly enough of these. When you got a guy dribbling like a menace, that's a trap right there. And we got it here, but we didn't get it enough times. So look, this is part one. This was basically our first 2 games. We're going to do a part 2 with games 3 and 4, showing you guys the highlights of things that you've grown at. Because most of the things that we've seen on this video were not habits at the beginning of the year. And now y'all starting to grow into those habits. And if y'all can make the same jump that y'all made over the past 4 months, over the next 4 months, your high school career will be different.